everybody, this is Hammer Striker here. We've been asked before, and we've actually said we'd do a video on what's in our range bag. So on a typical day we go to the range, what do we have in the bag? So we've got our bag set up and we're preparing to go off to the range, so we'll go ahead and do the video. So let's start with, of course, the fun part, the guns. This front pouch holds 4 to 5 guns depending on how big they are. So right now we've got 4 of them in there. We've got a Walther PPS Classic. Striker often carries this guy, and this is we got this one before the M2 even came out. And of course, if you're going to go to the range just to have some fun, you're going to want to have a great big Glock in 10mm with a red dot. And notice that it easily fits a gun this big in the bag. This is a Glock 40. Now, this one we just got a hold of, so look forward to a video on this coming out soon. But this is the new M9A3 by Beretta. And this one has the safety, and we've also bought the kit to convert it to a decocker only. I've already got 10mm in the bag, so why don't we do some 10mm 1911. We got the Colt Delta Elite. And sometimes you just want a plank and you don't want to spend a whole lot of money on ammo. So we got a PPQ 22, and this one is set up for a suppressor, and so is the Beretta. So if we wanted to take our can with us, we could. But this is good if you're going to take a newbie or you just want to spend some time shooting, but you don't want it to cost you a fortune. So that takes care of the guns, and they fit into this pouch, and this is actually removable, but it works really good to leave it in there. So we'll zipper that up. Now, of course, it's no good to have guns if you haven't got something to feed them, and in this pouch we've got up to 6 magazines, really kind of 7 or 8. You can throw some in the bottom. And one of the things we do is we preload the mags. That saves a lot of time at the range preloading, but they're stored in a different pouch, so if you're in a range where they don't want even a loaded magazine even in the gun, they're separate. And of course for safety you'd want to do that anyway. This pouch and this pouch, they're identical on both sides. The bigger pouch we tend to store ammo in. So we got some stuff to feed that PPQ. We've got some 9mm in there for the Beretta, and it stores pretty good amount of ammo. We can get about 500 rounds in this bag fairly easily. And then on the top of the bag, there's a few more pouches. Actually the middle, because there's even one further up at the top. But in the middle, we've got this big center pouch. There's a rag for wiping off your fingers or the muzzle of the gun, so when you put them back away, the bag doesn't get all skanky. We keep a couple different rods for taking care of, like, some of the Derringers don't like to eject, or if you get a stuck case. This is actually from a shotgun. It's the limiter for hunting, but it actually works pretty good as a rod to push out a stuck case. An assortment of Lula loaders, single stack, regular double stack, 308, and these are just useful for loading up quickly and not tearing up your fingers. In here, we keep a set of spare batteries, and these batteries are for the hearing protection. The hearing protection that we've got, and I'll show it when I get to open up that case, it will work without batteries. The hearing protection part doesn't require the batteries, but the electronic amplifier to make it easier to hear does. In here, we've got a bore inspector. You see these in our videos, and a cleaning cloth, a lens cleaning cloth in case you get something on your glasses or whatever. And then at the bottom, we keep some wipes. Now keep in mind, these won't remove lead residue completely, but they will help clean up your hands, especially if you've got a bunch of dirt on them from loading and things like that, so that you can keep your hands clean. You still want to wash your hands properly after the end of a range session. So we'll zip up that bag, that pouch. The next pouch over, we'll move over here to the side. This has got 2 things in it. We've got this Olight flashlight that Olight sent us, and the nice thing about this is rechargeable, so you can recharge it off the USB. And this is helpful to look in the gun, use with that barrel inspector or the bore inspector. And a set of gloves. And these are useful for that rare occasion in Florida that it actually is cold, or you get a gun that's kind of bitey, it likes to bite somewhere on you when you're shooting it, or it's got really rough texture or nasty recoil. Hammer tends to use them when he's dealing with a gun that's got a lot of nasty recoil. And by the way, all the things that we're showing you that's in here, we'll put links in the description so that you can find them to, you'll look at the reviews we've done on them or more information about them. This pouch over here is more utility. So we've got some hand sanitizer cleaner. Of course you have to have a knife. And just a random assortment of different tools, you know, screwdrivers and things like that. This is useful for like adjusting sights or, you know, something like that that needs to be done. And it varies what knife we'd have in here. I got this one in here just because it's cool. But you use the knife for maybe opening packages and stuff like that, opening ammo packages and things like that. And then the last compartment is up here on the top. And in this compartment, we have our range camera. And this is an HD camera that we use when we're at the range. Open it up. To get all of our range footage. It's small, it's compact, it's light. The microphone on it handles the recoil very, very well. And this is an older camera. We've had this one for years. But this one does a really good job at the range. And electronic hearing protection. There's two, one for each of us in here. And these are Howard Light by Honeywell. They're relatively inexpensive. They work well. You can replace these pads when they get worn out. And we've had this set for years. You can adjust the volume. And they haven't failed. They just keep on working. And they don't eat batteries. We put the lithium batteries in them and they work, you know, they hold up really well. There's the microphone input. So you can hear clearly at the range when you're shooting, but you don't get, you know, it does actually protect your hearing, and the amplifier cuts out so that the amplifier doesn't actually amplify the gunshot noise, and it does it really smoothly. It doesn't break up or clip, or it's not even noticeable when it does it. So that's the actual bag, and this bag goes with us no matter what range we're going to, what our intent is for the day. If we're going to the outdoor range, we take quite a bit more stuff. If you guys find this interesting, we can do a video on that. The only other thing that we always take with us is targets. And we buy these targets, and we buy them on Amazon, and we buy them in bulk. You buy them in groups of 50. And these are the targets you typically see our videos done with. And the reason this is set up this way, you know, it's wide on both sides, is the folded over one prevents it from getting beat up when it's running around in the car, so they don't get all scratched up. But we buy these in bulk lots of 50 at a time, usually buy 3 packs at a time, so that we have targets available to us all the time. So overall, a dedicated range bag like this actually works out quite well. You can hold quite a bit of stuff in it, you know, cameras and everything else, guns, and it makes it easy to get to. Whatever it is that I want is readily available right there without having to dig through a whole bunch of stuff. This tends to work better than the duffel bag styles where everything's just kind of piled up, and then when you go to pick it up, the bag kind of tries to collapse inward. So there's our range bag. If you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, click that bell if you do. Check us out on Facebook and Patreon, and have a great day. Thank you.